Speaking of Michigan man, he answered the call. Even though, as I read prior to this segment, his text response when I asked him to call, nothing hurts a host more than being held responsible for the wins and losses of a team after somebody calls in, and Taylor Lewan was counting. Taylor Lewan, fresh off of the beatdown of the Jaguars last night from the 7-6 Tennessee Titans here on the show. How are you, bud?
I'm good. I'm reluctant to be here, but I'm happy to be here, Rich. I'm even more happy that we figured out this social media debacle and the phone debacle. I love that we can just text
Me
now.
too.
It's a beautiful thing.
Me too. I'm glad that I've got direct contact with Taylor Lewan once again after all that. But and I appreciate you calling in. So you're on eggshells right now, calling into this program, is what you're saying?
I'm a little nervous, but I mean, I did the whole give us national praise thing before I put my foot in my mouth. This time I'm not saying a word. I'm just staying humble and moving forward.
Okay. What's it like to watch somebody go 99 yards, Taylor?
Oh, man, I woke up this morning and I was still just scrolling through the old Twitter looking at it, and it's unbelievable. I think I said last night that around the 45-yard line I started to run down there, but then I went and found Marcus, and we were both just in awe. Like, it's truly the best. It's easily the best play I've ever been a part of, but it may be the best play I've ever seen of all time. I think it definitely rivals that beast mode run, and that guy, I mean, he works so hard every single day. It's amazing to see, all that success he had last night. I was just happy to be a part of it.
And just watching it, the number of times he shoved people off of him, but normally when people get, when running backs shove people off of them, they kind of stop running. And he kind of kept gaining 10 yards every time he kept stepping. It was, and then suddenly, oh my God, that's the end zone that he's in front of. I couldn't believe that.
It was unreal. I think at one point he literally stopped, started running back towards where we started the play, and just to step arm a couple more guys just to get into the end zone.
I know.
Just to get a couple more.
And then he kept. So what was it like on the sideline after that? I mean, what'd you say when you? Because again, this has only happened once before, a run that long, Taylor.
I actually had no idea. I knew 99. I knew there's no further of a distance you can go. But I honestly, I was on field goal that next play, and so we came off, and I mean, everyone was electrostatic. We were having a good time. We were actually talking about it before that play. We were like, we need to just go 99. Honestly, I brought up to the team. I was like, we need to do what Houston did to us 2 weeks ago, and take this thing in one play and go house.
Damn.
And quarterback came in, and he called a quarterback sneak to a check of the play we actually run. And I thought to myself, well, a quarterback sneak's definitely not going to get us 99. And he checked it, and the rest is history, man. He killed it.
So no kidding. The call was for Mariota just to get some breathing room. Instead, he checked to the play that 99 yards later, it's a touchdown.
Oh, I mean, I think when you get into those type of situations, strategically, you just want to get enough room for that punter to get so he's not totally backed up to make it an easy block. I know we had one the week before, and that's kind of the mindset. When you get at the one, you need to get yourself some breathing room, and if you can keep it going, keep it going. But, I mean, I'll take that 99 touchdown run any day of the week. That was unbelievable.
Taylor Lewan here on the Rich Eisen Show. Later on, I'm going to play the Monday Night Football call way before you were born in 1983. Of the Dorsett call, and if Dandy Don Meredith joked, as folks will hear, that Dorsett, because I think it was one of his first runs of the night, he's like, he could go for 100 yards tonight, is what Dandy Don said. And interestingly enough, I mean, he kept running. You guys kept pounding it with Derrick Henry, 238 yards when it is all said and done. Is this something we should expect from your team over the next 3 weeks as you try and make the playoffs in the chilling months of December, Taylor?
I think it'd be unhealthy to raise the expectations to your franchise-setting records every single game. But I do believe that Marcus pulled us over halfway through the game and said, fellas, this is the standard. This is what it needs to be about, and every single week we need to act like we've been there. And I think this offensive line's caught a lot of flack this year. Some of those guys have caught a lot of heat, and for them to come out and to do what they did, and I'm just happy and proud to be a part of it. And I think we got 3 more games, and we know if we win those 3 games, there's a big chance we can make the playoffs. So I think everyone's sights are set on this next game against New York and moving forward and hoping for the best, man. But I think that should definitely be running the football effectively will win you games. That it opens up the pass. They start stacking the box more. I mean, the safeties start biting a little bit more on those play actions. We got the burners outside with Taywan, Corey, and Tajay that can just get going, and it's impressive, man. I'm just really happy to be a part of this team.
Interesting what you just said there, Taylor Lewan, because Mariota's rep is as a man of few words. Does he say stuff like that to you guys often? Just like pulling you guys aside and say, "Hey, boys, this is the standard."
Not often. I think what's the old term? Speak softly but carry a big stick. That's definitely his MO. And I got so much respect for that guy. He just, regardless of what any outside outside noise is, he just keeps pressing forward and keeps going. Man, I never played with a quarterback but quite like him. He's an unbelievable guy.
So before I let you go, Taylor, into your Tennessee afternoon there. What was that sequence with Jalen Ramsey about where he just went down, Taylor? What was that all about?
I don't know what that was about. Really, we get down there at the 3-yard line or whatever, and he comes up and makes a play and just starts flexing his little muscles and starts taunting. And I just ran over there, like, you guys are down 21 points in the fourth. Probably best to just be quiet and get back. And he does the most theatric of all NBA flops I've ever seen in my entire life. And I don't know why I just busted out the violin playing them that sad song as they strolled on back to Jacksonville. Busted out the old fiddle, I guess, because we're in Nashville.
Is that what that was? Or I just thought that you were just like, Cry Me a River. That's the way I took it, sort of like the Cry Me a River
That was the point. That was definitely the point. I tell you what, Rich, I took one class, a violin class one time, and it sounded like scratching nails at a chalkboard. I never touched the instrument again.
When was that?
That was one of the best it ever sounded for me.
Come on now. Taylor Lewan's taking a violin class. When was that? High school? Middle school? When was that?
No, it was like the third grade. You're trying to figure out what you're going to do. You know when you're in class and they bring out those annoying flutes in elementary school?
Sure.
And everyone's playing it, and it just sounds like trailer trash everywhere. And then they kind of gave us an opportunity. Hey, do you guys want to try and play the violin? I was like, yeah, I'd give it a shot. 8-year-old, a lot of ambitions, want to see the world one violin at a time, and it just didn't work out for me. I had to go on to a different arrangement of a journey, and I ended up being a football player instead.
Well, speaking
for the best.
Speaking of not working out, Taylor, before I let you go, day after the big game, I go to work. I don't know if you were watching NFL Network that morning at all. Probably not. You'd probably get ready for your game. But, man, did I just take it in the chops from Mariucci and Kurt Warner. They were just absolutely hammering me about Michigan's loss to Ohio State. And I can only imagine, though, those guys didn't even go to Ohio State. Your coach did. What was it like from Vrabel the day after Michigan lost to Ohio State for you?
It really wasn't the day after that hurt the most. Okay. It was during, Rich. I was sitting in the cafeteria at this lone table, just me. It was Vrabel and his secretary, Stretch, who also went to Ohio State, and I was just being berated. It was a bloodbath.
It was real time?
You want to talk about losing games? That's not the reason why I came on. Didn't want to come on. This is the reason. I was fearful of this conversation. It was tough, man. That was a tough one to be a part of to watch. But I'll tell you what, we got the Orange Bowl, Peach Bowl. That's fruits. I don't get them, but we're in one of those. And hopefully we can make it work against Florida. I think I feel like Florida is now a rivalry opponent. We play them every year, it seems like. So hopefully we get out, get this win. Urban Meyer's retiring. Couldn't be happier about it, if I'm being honest. Could not be happier.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens in the coming years. I think it's really becoming a habit for Michigan people to say next year's our year. But I'm on it. I'm on the train. Next year we're getting them.
I can't believe you were watching it with Vrabel. That dude, you deserve a medal for that. You really do.
It was bad. During practice, I'm looking at our video guy, Anthony Pastrana. I'm like, Anthony, get your phone out and give me scores. Give me updates. And he's telling me. And I drop a huge F-bomb in the middle of practice every time I heard them score. And then about halftime, we came back and we were in the cafeteria watching, man. And it was tough to watch, man. Tough to watch those guys play hard all season.
Hey, Taylor.
Couldn't be more proud of that team. Just wish we got away with that W.
Yeah, I know. Me too. Thanks for the call, brother. Always enjoy our chats. You're the man. Congrats on that big W last night in road grading the way you and the rest of your comrades did for Henry and the rest of the team.
Thanks, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
Anytime. You take care. That's Taylor Lewan, at Taylor Lewan77 on Twitter.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.